Hello everybody. In this video tutorial, I will show you the installation, how you can install and configure SQL Server 2017 version on your machines. Um, and we just copied one folder on your machines, yeah, under C drive and the SQL directory. So let's go ahead and open that C SQL folder, and you will see few files sitting here. Here are a couple of the important things here. So SQL training folder contains the supplemental training material and some tutorials um, which we'll be utilizing in the future. Some books, some basically tutorials which to do at home in the future, as well as SSRS, some of the SSRS training tutorials as well. For now, we will be working with installation for the SQL Server 2017. So this is the folder, SQL Server 2017 media folder, where it contains all the installation files. Ignore these last two files here, but let's go ahead and double click this folder. And in order to begin the installation, we will click on Setup exe. Let's go ahead and click yes. Now, depending on your computer speeds, memory, RAMs, it may take a minute to load the installation on your machine. So just be patient at this point, and um, let the SQL Server load the installation files. On my machine, it typically takes about a minute. On your machine, it may take 5 minutes or maybe more. So now the installation files are being loaded, and this is the this is the installation set of files. So let's go ahead and do the installation. So on the left side, you will see installation link here. Just click on it, and since we don't have any existing SQL Server installed, I'm assuming none of you have it. So we'll be installing brand new SQL Server standalone installation. So let's click on that link, first link at the top. And again, it will load few files in the background to actually start the installation for the SQL Server. So be patient here, and again, let it do the work. And looks like it's on my machine, it's getting started. Okay, so this dialog window will pop up, and the good news is that starting with the 2016, the developer edition is free. So as long as you don't use it to host any databases in production environment, so, and it includes all the features. So this is it's free edition is by default selected here, so the developer edition, and that's what we'll need to install. So I'll leave it selected and click next. Accept the license terms just like any other software. Click next, and it will do some checks. Now, some of you may get an error like a restart computer and those things. You might see those basically that hey, you need to restart. You might get those warnings. You may not proceed with the installation if you get some of those errors, yeah, but most of you will see this dialog box. So here, I will just simply click next. Again, it will try to do something else. Actually, on this screen, it will tell you if there are any warnings or any failures, and the next button may not be enabled if you see if it asks you to restart your computer. In order to do so, if it asks you to restart, that means you have to close down everything and reboot your machines and then restart the installation from step one. but right now I'm not getting anything but the warning, so I'll just ignore the warning and click next. And now in this window we'll be selecting what we want to install as part of the SQL Server installation. So you will need the database engine because that's where we'll be hosting, creating the new databases. Let's see what else we need here. Let's go and click the data quality client connectivity tools. We'll click on client tools SDK backward compatibility and SQL client connectivity SDK. So we'll be installing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure you have database engine service selected because that is the core of the database engine. We'll not change anything. We'll leave everything default. Click next. And here you will see this dialog box. Now I have MS SQL Server Instance specified. What happens is you can install SQL Server multiple times, and when you are doing first time, it will be installed as MS SQL Server Instance. Now, if you run once you have that instance up and running on your machine, and let's say you want to create another instance of SQL Server, so it will ask you to provide a name second time if you reach install again. But for now, we'll just leave it default and click next. And again, we'll click next simply. We do not change anything on this window. Click next. All right, so now the authentication mode. So authentication mode is Windows authentication is selected. One other thing you need to do is click on this add current button, and what it does is, if you are admin on your machine, or if you are a current user, it will automatically make you administrative. It will add your account to the SQL Server administrator. So you will be admin, and so that you can do anything you need with the SQL Server. So for me, it shows my name there, and this is the first part is the laptop name. The second part is your actual login name or login ID that you are logging in within your computer. Okay, so now I'm going to click next. All right, so we haven't really started the installation yet, but this is what it's showing you the summary, and the actual installation will begin when I click on the install. So let's go ahead and do that. And once you click there, it may take maybe 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on your computer speed, memory, processing power, and other things. So at this point, you just let the installation running, and let's see how long it takes. Um, but hopefully, this one should be done in another over next 5 to 10 minutes on my machine, so that we'll move on to the next step for the installation, which is reporting services. So for now, I will mute my speaker or mic, and let's see, we'll come back after 5 minutes or whenever the installation is done. Okay, so at this point, I have the SQL Server database engine installation and completed successfully on my machine. So let's go ahead and close out. Click on close, and we are back to the window where we had where we started with the installation. So on the